Good day everyone. I'm Joy De La Rosa from BTBT2K FSMA, and for today I interview my favorite teacher, and we have 5 questions that Sir Arnold need to answer. And the 5 questions are: first, how long are they teaching? Second, what are their techniques in getting the attention of their students? Third, how did they handle misbehaving student in class? Fourth, ask them about their most unforgettable experience in handling misbehavior in class. And lastly, best technique that they can share in handling misbehaving students. The first question, how long are you teaching?
Hi Joy, this is Sir Arnold Ryan Mercado, and thank you for being or referring me as one of your favorite teachers in high school, especially in senior high school. Now, if I'm going to ask how many years I've been teaching, it's been 15 years in service of teaching, 3 years in private schools, and the remaining 12 years is for public school in Department of Education.
The second question, sir, what are your techniques in getting the attention of your students?
For your second question, what are the techniques in getting the attention of your students? I wrote down all of my techniques here and hopefully this will help you. Of course, first thing to do to get the attention of your learner is the secret of voice, the modulation of your voice. Change the level and tone of your voice. Once you know how to lower or make it higher or well modulated your voice, you can get the attention of your students. And in that way, you can secure it without using different signals, just your voice, your level of voice. Then another is we can use visual related instructions. So when we say visual related instructions, you can use the different environmental ways or different materials that can maximize and get the attention of your learners by simply showing the props or the visual material. Another technique that I've been using all the time is before I start my class, I always ask different questions. Like for example, kumusta kayo? I'm I'm getting their attention by simply knowing their condition or their mood. That also same goes with setting the mood of your class. And one more thing that I want to share is giving quotes at first and make it hang question or hanging statement until you will connect that at the end of your lesson. Then of course, to hold or get the attention of our learners is you teach at a different appropriate level. Of course, the degree of your difficulty, once you are teaching with difficulty and your learners figure it out that they are having a teacher with a smart pass, smart nagalawan inside the classroom, it only shows that you are a teacher with A plus effort. Therefore, for me, as their teacher, the learners will, in return, will perform A plus effort also. Then another technique in getting the attention is make your presentations clear. It's a secret for your PowerPoint presentations or your IMs or instructional materials to make it creative all the time. And just make sure that you are doing it simple but elegant. Because those IMs or instructional materials will be used for learners to get their attention, especially in their visual aspect. Most of our learners today are in visual learning wherein they are always view it, they are just scanning it. That's why in terms of using your PowerPoint material, just make sure that it's simple but elegant. Another technique is involve your learners with your lecture, with your discussion. Don't always read what's on your PowerPoint material or just explaining it. Let the learners perform it. Let the learners perform the student's task. And you as a teacher just elaborate it, explain it well, and make clarity with some concepts that they are not, of course, learned well. My favorite part or my favorite means how to get the attention of my learner is this another technique, sense of humor. Of course, being humorous, that's the students or the learners want these days. And as an attention getter, you can make the students appreciate your jokes or your humorous act in relation with the topic. As long as it's related with the topic, there's no problem. Then, another is to get the attention of our learners, make a routine. Make the task in routine style, give time limit. Of course, they will know how they will perform it long, how they will be grouped to each other and the likes. And as a teacher, plan carefully all the things that you will perform inside the classroom. Okay? Then, of course, at the start of the lesson, make sure to present your lesson objectives clearly and explain it to them. And hopefully, you will achieve to get the learning objectives. And make sure that your learners will always pay attention to what you are teaching.
Third, how did you handling misbehaving student in class?
For the third question, how to handle bad student behavior. First is bring the students or the learners, bring difficult students or learners close to you. When we say difficult students, we are referring to the stubborn learners, mga pasaway, makulit, magulo. Keep close to them and make sure that you are establishing a good behavior to them. In that way, you can influence them and you can make sure that they will be the one to establish also the same manner you showed to them. Another technique on handling the misbehavior of our students is when things get worse, talk to them in private. Alright? When talking in private, just always make sure that you are controlling the situation and there's an assurance that you are an ally or kakampi niya para hindi siya lumayo sa'yo, yung loob niya sa'yo. Another is, number 3, be the role model of the behavior you want. When you say perform academic noise, you should also have a noise of academic in relation to what you are doing or saying or telling to them, because that is just a reflection on what you are establishing: discipline, the routine, and of course your basic rules as a classroom teacher. Another means of handling the misbehavior of our students is defining right from wrong. Always perform the right from wrong and explain to them carefully. You can use integration on, of course, on doing the determination of right from wrong. Then another is you focus with reward system than punishments. I always love to perform such games wherein we are, as a teacher, I always give some rewards for my students because of their good acts or good deeds and establishing as a role model inside the classroom. Instead of giving them punishment when they committed mistakes, just give them rewards as they perform good things inside. Then another is adopt the peer tutor technique. The peer tutor technique is one of the best ways to handle the misbehavior. Ipag-partner mo si difficult student, yung mahirap na estudyante mo sa matalino or sa mabait. It's a 50-50 experiment, but based on my experience, more pasaway students or stubborn students are being influenced by the mabait na student or kind students or the controllable students. Last one that I want to share in handling the misbehavior of our students is try to understand them. Basic, super basic, but still effective. Because understanding your learners will give you a bridge, a way to understand them. Especially, you will might also to reflect on what they are doing, put yourselves as a teacher to them as students, and of course, when you try to understand your learners, it will practice your patience and let your frustrations get better of you. So for me, this is the best way. This is one of the best ways to handle the misbehavior of our students.
And the fourth one, what is the most unforgettable experience in handling misbehavior in class?
Most unforgettable misbehavior inside the classroom or experience that I experienced as a teacher is when a learner shouted me and give me bad words or minura niya ako. And this event happened during my private school years, and yung learner just shouted me and give me bad words because I confiscated his phone. So what happened was so fast and made the situation in trouble because the learner tried to get the phone sa akin by shouting me or pinagmumura ako. Now, paano ko yun hinandle? As a teacher, as a professional, hindi natin papatulan yung mga ganong sitwasyon. Instead, kinausap ko muna yung bata, then sabi ko sa kanya, pinaliwanag ko that I confiscated his phone because he is using the phone during examination hours. Then, kung hindi pa rin kakalma yung learner, hindi siya kumalma, ang ginawa ko, I asked the help of the administration or the school owner or the school principal para siya na yung mag-handle. But again, pinakalma namin yung bata, then pinagharap kami, faculty room, then I explained my side to the principal, and the learner also explained his side na nag-emergency daw at kailangan niya sagutin yung phone. So, ang sagot ko naman doon is, bakit hindi mo sa akin sinabi na emergency yon? Or meron kang phone call na importante na kailangan mong i-cater muna? Sometimes, telling to your teacher the truth or telling the teacher the scenario, maintindihan ni teacher yon. So, yun yung paliwanag ko doon sa bata, kaharap yung school head. And doon sa scenario yon, ako yung kinampihan ng school admin, ng school principal, pero she reminded me that the learners also has the right with their gadgets, but syempre, use it properly. Siguro sabi niya sa akin, baka daw hindi appropriate yung way ko how I confiscated the phone, but sabi ko, no ma'am, I explained it at the first part of our examination hours. Then I also explained to everyone na I will confiscate lahat-lahat ng nakikita natin kasi pwede siyang gamitin as source of cheating or form of cheating ng ating mga mag-aaral. Yun yung isa na siguro most unforgettable experience ko bilang isang teacher, how to handle yung mga ganyang misbehavior. Lately naman sa public school, siguro pinaka mahirap na encounter ko is some learners na talagang yung gagawan ka ng kwento, sisiraan ka. Kasi nowadays, our Gen Z learners are kakaiba na mag-isip. And Gen Z learners are hindi mo ina-expect yung mga kaya nilang gawin. So, pag ganon, misbehavior, talk to the learner, explain to them explain and ask her what happened. Then, alamin mo kung saan nag-uugat yung bata. 'Di ba? Baka kasi may galit sa'yo. So, lahat ng yan ay kailangan mong i-handle properly as a teacher. It's really hard kasi as a teacher, we are always adjusting on the things that supposed to be dapat bata ang nag-a-adjust. Nowadays, learners are weak. Learners are really sensitive. Learners have a weak mental health. So again, as a teacher, kailangan mo lang din mag-adjust, explain to them what's happening, and make sure that you are still professional in that kind of situation.
Fifth, what is your best techniques that can share in handling misbehaving students?
Best way that I can share in handling misbehaving students. As a teacher for 15 years, I can't say that I'm a perfect teacher with perfect execution in teaching and perfect implementation of discipline to my learners, no? Kasi nobody's perfect, no teacher is perfect. But I'm in progress. Always, yun naman yung lagi kong iniisip. And for me, as a teacher, of course, the best way I think that the best way that I can give as a technique for handling the misbehaviors of our learners is teachers should have a long patience in handling the learners. Another, analyze and study the Gen Z learners and the Alpha generation, because nowadays this kind of learners are really sensitive, and I think there's something wrong on how they perceive some things and how they handle their emotions. That's one of the barriers that makes us difficult to understand the Gen Z and the Generation Alpha. Just always make sure to study the generation. That's one of the best technique that I can share. And of course, provide some gamification for you to be remembered by the students in terms of being a good teacher with different strategies, techniques, and methods, and make sure that you are performing with professional care to your learners. In that way, I think handling them, understanding them, especially these generations, Alpha and Gen Z, I can say that you are doing your best in handling those misbehaviors of our learners. Joy, those are my answers for your interview, and hopefully those questions will be used for your reflection, and my answers will help you to figure out all the future aspect of being a teacher. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Arnold, for answer the 5 questions that I need in this interview, and thank you also to your effort and time. And alam ko namang busy po kayo, and I'm very thankful dahil tinulungan niyo ako sa interview na to. And thank you so much. At ang lahat ng mga sinabi niyo po ay lagi kong tatandaan, especially yung mga techniques and how to handling the students' behavior. Thank you so much po.